Welcome to Community Roundup. This is a show we look at nonprofits, charitable organizations, sports clubs that make Fort St. John area just a remarkable place to live. My name is Ed Hitchens, and of course I am your host. And today we're joined by Elena and Steven of the Fort St. John Disc Sports Club. I want to take some time to appreciate you guys taking a few minutes to talk to me about this today. How y'all doing?
Good.
A little hungry, so we're good.
A little hungry. Okay. Well, let's talk about the history of the Fort St. John Disc Sports Club in the community. When did it start? Give a brief explanation about that.
So it started in 2017. It was my husband, Clint Workington, sort of spearheaded it and started the club. And we started it so that we could start putting in a course. And the course here at Toboggan Hill is the original course, but it's changed over the years. And it started with just 9 holes, and it was just tonals. It wasn't even baskets.
It was what? What was that?
So tonals, which is basically a fence post with a fire extinguisher with the top cut off put over the top, so that when you hit it, it makes a tone. And that's where it started. And then we were able to secure a grant to turn it into baskets. And then now we've gone to the point where we have 18 holes now at the course.
Okay, so it's kind of evolution there.
Yeah, so it's been steadily growing, and in that time too, it's grown throughout the Peace region. That Dawson Creek started up around the same time. They have their club going and their course in Dawson Creek, and Grand Prairie is grown into a very large club, and all of them come and play against us, and we go and play against them, and just play for fun as well. And yeah, and through that time we've also put in a bunch of tournaments.
Okay, so let's talk.
Be a golf supporter of the events.
So let's talk about Frisbee golf. When did that start? What's the history of Frisbee golf in Fort St. John?
In Fort St. John, that's pretty much the start of it. I don't know that there's been much more before then, besides people going out into the woods with homemade baskets, or I know Clint and we had some that we picked up from Costco and modified to make it better. And then we'd take it camping and just make up our own holes when we're just out in the bush.
Okay. So what was your first exposure to Frisbee golf?
For me personally, it was when we were back in chiropractic school in Portland, Oregon, which really big around there, and just started doing it recreationally.
This house has been around for a long time though. It's been like 80s, 90s, 70s?
Yeah, it was about the early 80s. I think it was the early 80s. And where guys started first throwing what was close to a Frisbee, and then they started modifying it to where it's more like a disc. Which is why it's no longer it's not Frisbee golf, it's disc golf, because it is much more like a disc and you don't throw it like a Frisbee. It's very different.
Okay, so for somebody who hasn't tried it before, why should somebody come and try it?
The big benefit is that it's free to come play because it's right here in the public park. It's easy to get into. You only need 1 or 2 discs to go out, really at the least. And it's really just a walk in the park. You can do it and take it really seriously and get competitive with it, because there's lots of events happening all over. Or you can do it recreationally and do it with your family. Kids can do it. And it doesn't take as long as golf does. Similar rules, but yeah, it's just much more accessible in that way.
Okay, so what are some of the differences between regular golf and disc golf?
I'd say one of the big differences is that we're not fair weather golfers. We'll play in any weather. It could be, if we have an event going on, if it's pouring rain, we'll still play it. And besides that, on the playing side of things, because you're throwing a disc that's very susceptible to what the wind is doing, so you have to put more thought into what kind of disc you're throwing, how you're throwing it. We shape shots more, so you'll get discs that go in, typically it'll be very much like a C curve or like a hook, sort of pattern, but discs will fly in S turns, and it's really beautiful to just watch a disc go through that, especially through the trees.
Okay. If somebody's curious about joining disc golf or trying it out, how do they go about doing that?
We have two nights a week that we play for league night, and that's Wednesdays at 6:30. We can come out. We have lots of people that show up early, and you can sign up and register through the people that are there. And then Thursday nights as well, we come out and play a fun round more towards inviting beginners or new players out to play in. It's starting off, so there's not a huge amount of people that come to the Thursday nights, but that's okay. We're working towards that. Hopefully this sort of stuff and getting out to the community helps bring on more people. We really enjoy playing disc golf, and there's prizes to be won if you sign up, as well as there's some free discs that we rent out for people to use if they want to have a night playing with some discs that they're not used to, or if they don't have it to begin with, they can come out and try those discs.
If you're a member, it's free to use.
For members, it's free.
Okay,
yeah.
so how does somebody gain membership to the disc golf sport club? Sorry.
There's usually one of the people part of the board there Thursdays or Wednesdays that you can talk to. We mention it anytime we come out. We mention it, see if there's anybody that wants to register. But you have to show up. Mostly, we've been trying to work on some other stuff, online registry or whatever, but typically it's just word of mouth. Come here, sign up, play.
Okay. So far, how has the season gone along in terms of traffic?
Pretty fun. It's been good. There's been 15 or so people that have come out throughout the nights. Usually we get 10 to 12 or so. There's been more as well. There's a lot of people that come in the park that play that either don't know about our league night or don't have the time for it, which is totally okay. But it was fun last night. Wednesday when we played, there was someone who got an ace. It was really cool on hole 18, just over here.
A hole in one.
A hole in one.
Oh,
so you
wow.
throw it off the pad.
Oh, I guess it's a throw in one. I don't know.
It's a hole in
It's
one,
like-
What's
just
it
like
called?
golf.
What's it called?
Yeah.
A basket in one, yeah.
Okay.
We use the same terms
Yeah,
as
it's
golf.
golf.
there.
Okay, so major events, tournaments,
Right.
that happen throughout the year.
We've had lots in the past. We've had Battle of the Peace. This is an event that's come through. We've had some stuff. Moberly Lake Mando. That's the one.
Those were two tournaments that we did that they were quite large tournaments, and we did them on a golf course where we
fun.
had food in between the two rounds. And we had players come from all over for it. For those tournaments, we've had players from Whitehorse, Saskatchewan, come from Grand Prairie, Dawson Creek, Mackenzie, Prince George. They've traveled for those bigger tournaments to come play with the
What
rest
type
of
of
us.
feedback do you get from playing?
It's a lot of fun. When we put it on a golf course, you have like the manicured grass and the beautiful course to play through. We still try to make it challenging. It's not just open.
Drive around in golf carts.
Yeah, sometimes we've been able to put golf carts to it, and we give away lots of prizes during those tournaments. We try to make it just a lot of fun for those. And actually, one of the last Battle of the Peace that we ran, we had one-time world champion Greg Parsby come.
Okay.
And Greg is from my hometown in Grass Valley, and so that was the connection there. And he came up and he did a few clinics, including a youth clinic in Dawson Creek, and then he played in our tournament as well.
That must have been a thrill.
It was awesome. He was great with everybody.
Speaking more specifically 2025, what kind of events do you have coming up later on this year?
All Joe's, sponsored by Mustang Rentals. Just to throw that in there. Josh is heading that up. He's leading the course. He's done that for 2 or 3 years now, and it'll be fun to try to bring people out from Dawson Creek or Prince George or Grand Prairie or whatever if they want to come out. That's happening August 16th and 17th, so that's a Saturday and Sunday. That's one for sure tournament that's happening this year in Fort St. John. There'll be others, and we could probably post them on our disc golf
posting them as they come up.
page, because there'll be stuff in Dawson as well as Grand Prairie.
The other thing to keep an eye on if you're interested in events is discgolfscene.com is where you sign up for these events. That's where you register for any of the local tournaments happening, and you can find all of the local tournaments that are happening, including the ones in Dawson Creek and Grand Prairie.
Okay. Where can people find more information about the Fort St. John Disc Sports Club?
Where you can find more information?
Yeah.
Our Facebook
Our
page.
Facebook page is like the main spot where we post and put information up about events, league nights, club nights, and stuff. Or tournaments.
And you can message the club too. Like if there's something that you want to partner with us to put on an event for, say, if you have a group that you or a business that you want to take everybody out, that's something that we can help with and help set up. And we've done that in the past with cadets or other groups. And so you can message us through that Facebook page, the Disc Sports Club. Fort St. John Disc Sports Club.
Okay, so what kind of partnerships have you had over the years in promoting the sport of disc golf around the city?
Well, as we've been a part of the Amazing Race before. That was a fun event. We've done. There's a national or international disc golf day that is usually on the long weekend. We've been able to participate in that in the past. It's the long weekend, so it's hard to find volunteers for it, but when we can do it, we try to. And then, like I said, partnering with the cadets, or that's one group that we've partnered with, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any of the other ones that have come out, but because it's been a little bit since we had, and that's the most recent one I remember.
Before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to add?
What I would say is that if you're a disc golfer in town, this is a shout out to you that we're trying to create a society here and a camaraderie, that we have a group that gets together and likes to have fun, and the more the merrier. So if you play disc golf in town, don't be intimidated about coming out. Like I said, we got 2 nights that you could come out and play with us, and we really don't care your skill level. So even if you're a beginner, just come out to one of our nights. Especially Thursdays is a great one to learn how to play and just feel welcomed.
All right.
I want to hear them chains ring. That was bad.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
Rob, Elena, thank you very much for the time. This has been Ed Hitchens for Energeticcity.ca for the Community Roundup. And if you like what you see, want to see the newest content, click that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.